Afternoon, everybody. Hope we're doing great today. At least it's afternoon for me. We're gonna do a little midday stream today. Had us some free time, so why not? We made some good progress last stream, so I kind of want to stay on it. Don't lose the momentum. So here's what I'm thinking for today. We kind of got the train sorted out. I think I do need to adjust a few things on it, but overall it's, you know, beyond aesthetics. I think it's in a good spot, right? I think we can adjust the, actually I'm in photo mode, let's get out of this. I think we can adjust once we do kind of some of our math related stuff. I may not need all these what's it called, these stations or platforms for the iron and copper. And then also I do know for the actual train I've got running on this one, I only need to make it 6 cars long because it's only going to be coming, you know, we're not picking up any quartz from this area. So right now I've got it like 9 or 10 cars long. And we definitely don't need that. But something interesting, and I'm not gonna necessarily pull it up, I mean on screen, but I'll pull it up with me. So I did some quick math after the stream the other day, and my thinking was wrong. And this is why, right? So we counted up all of the limestone nodes that are in this grassy fields area, right? There's 6 impure and 6 normals, which with Mark III miners, just at normal clocking is, let me look at my spreadsheet, 2,160 limestone per minute, and then at 250 clock speed, so overclocking them would be 5,400 per minute. Right. And for some reason in my brain, I wasn't going off, well, the train's going to take a few minutes, right? So what I did is after the stream ended, I just timed this, this route to go from this station to where it's going to drop off over here. And it's 5.5 minutes. So that being said, I only need 8,040 limestone coming in. So in theory, and so if I do a normal clocking, not overclocking, not underclocking, of the 6 impures and 6 normal nodes with Mark III miners, that'll give me 11,880 limestone in that 5.5 minutes, right? So, but the problem is the way I've got this situated is, well, it's not really a problem. So my first thinking, and I guess I was thinking wrong, is that I needed to fill these up completely, right? Well, if I filled up these completely, because they got 48. It's 28,000 limestone coming in. So I don't need to fill these up all the way. I just need to fill these up with 2 full lines of 780 because that's what's coming out at the other end. So I can run these things, you know, at normal clock speed over here and fill them up. I'm probably going to have to do kind of like an overflow system. Like we're going to combine, you know, we need to get it into 2 lines of 780, however that's going to work, right? So this is an old blueprint that I made a while back that I think I want to use for this, and I added this on. This isn't part of the blueprint, but say for instance, like this is a Mark III miner on this impure, gives me 120. So we got that one. We got one over here. I need to go around and fill them all. So what I need to do is, so 120 times 5.5. That'll give me 660. So I think what I want to do is just combine everything into 10 lines of 780. Well, see, that's not going to work either. As I'm talking this out, I'm not it's not working properly in my brain. Because I'm only putting in 2160. I can only bring 2160 in total. Right? But if you divide that by 780, that's only 3 belts of 780. Right, so what... I hate trains. I should have never done trains. Too late now, though, right? So you would... What we probably would need to do then is you got 3... Well, 2160 minus 780 minus 780. You got a 600 line. Actually, let's look at my spreadsheet. Ingots. I only need 8,000 limestone. So would you then take your 3 lines, 2 780s and a 600, once you've combined them all, and do a 3 to... Oops. Do a 3 to... a 3 to 5 split? You'd almost have to do that, right? You'd have to take your 3 lines coming in, and then you'd have to do a 3 to 5 split. But what are you going to do with this last one? Because the last one needs some too. What did I have coming out of the output side? $240. So a Mark III. Here's the problem though. What's going to happen is I'm not going to get enough material in here. I'm going to have everything set up for the lower clocking. Because over on the output side, let's work backwards. Because over on the output side, I've got 780 belts coming out that I want consistently, or need to be consistently running full. And if you have so I've got should do one platform. 780 times 2 is 1560 times 5.5. I need I need 8580 being brought in for that demand. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, how's it going? Orbital. I'd be doing much better if I could wrap my brain around what I've got going on. I think I did a massive underestimation. Bum, bum, bum. So how quickly will a let's do this. Oops, let's not do that. So this has got 48 slots, right? So this holds 4,800. 4,800 divided by 1560. Good, it takes 3 minutes for this container to empty. So I need a train coming every 3 minutes over there to keep those belts full. So that means I need to feed each of these fully with 4,800 in 3 minutes, which is how much material? No, it's 4,800. Bum, 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 bum. See, I can't even do that. I don't know why I'm making this so difficult on myself. Right? So let's pretend this is an output. I've got 2 Mark V's coming out of each one of these on the other end, right? Yeah, it is high volume. So that's why I think I've got myself in a little bit of a pickle here. So I've got 6 platforms over there dropping off at the Ingot factory. 5 of them have double 780s coming out, and the last one's got a single Mark III, right? And we just determined that it's going to take 3 minutes for them to empty. So I need to have a train pulling up every 3 minutes. Which we can do, because we know that one train takes 5.5 minutes, rounded up to 6. So if I start another train as soon as the other one reaches over there, we can accomplish that. Where is he's actually on his way back? So let's do that as step 1. Let's label this guy as train number 1, and we'll make train number 2. That'll be step 1 in solving this problem. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, let's just ride him around and kind of think through this. So if it's going to take us 3 minutes to empty that out, and I've got a train coming every 3 minutes, that means I need to fill it in 3 minutes. So if I need to fill it in 3 minutes, I need 4,800 times. Let's jump out of here. Oops. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Hold on. Let's delete. We don't need these. Let's build a new one right behind it. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's set you off. Any day now. Thank you. Hey, guy, too far. Put it in reverse. Alright, let's try to do this quickly. Quartz, limestone, train number 2. You're gonna go to Ingot Factory. Quartz, limestone, save changes. Alright. When he leaves, we will go. So let's sit here for a minute. Okay, we'll have eliminated our timing issue with this. Or do we want to go... Is he going to stop at this station? I don't know if he's going to stop at this station. Let's just go. Alright, he's going. Did he leave yet? He just left. Okay, that's close enough for now. We can adjust later if we need to. Okay, so we've got the timing down. So I need to fill this container in 3 minutes. So I need 2 full 780 lines pumping into here at all times. So 1560 times 5 plus 270. I need 8,000. I need 8,000 per minute production of limestone, which I can't get out of. Is it 8,000 per minute? It is 8,000 per minute because the total is $810. 4,800 times 5 plus, nope, plus 810. Yeah, I need 24,000. Almost 25,000. total material in 3 minutes. So that's roughly 8,300. Which I can't do. I can't fill it. The most I can get out of the grassy fields is 5,400. And that's maximizing, that's fully overclocking everything. So if I fully clocked everything, that's 5,400 per minute. That's 16,000. So does it, I guess, does it really even matter? So for these to fully fill up, yes, sort of. I just can't wrap my brain around this. So if I can do, the maximum limestone I can do out of the grassy fields, if I overclock all the way on Mark III, is 5,400 per minute. Okay. So if I let one train, if it's just one train in 5.5 minutes, that's 29,700 material getting put in, which is enough to fill all of these. So I really don't need 2 trains, do I? I do, from the simple fact that they will empty in 3 minutes. So I'll have 2.5 minutes. I'll have 2.5 minutes of no material. Correct? Yes, correct. Now, I've got containers on the other end, on the back side of the platforms, that if I wait to turn everything on, I can fill those up. And that gives me a 3-minute buffer. So technically, I think we should be fine, because I need to fill up this much, right? I'm heavy. Almost 5,000 limestone. So I'll be backing up. Which is a good thing. So maybe I need to delete that other train. Or does it matter? Because what will I be putting in if I've got a train showing up every 3 minutes, which is not really 3 minutes because it's 5.5. It's 2.75. So I'll be able to fill up 14,850 times 2 because I'm doing 2 trains. So it's the same difference. It's literally the same difference. I could have 1 train at 5.5 minutes or 2 trains at 2 3/4 minutes, and I'm still going to get the same amount of material. I get the frequency up, right? Correct. 100%. Which this thing's gonna be jam-packed full. Like, so I may have to add trains as we go. But in theory, this should supply me with everything I need. Because I'll be bringing in 14,850 limestone per train. Now I need to distribute that across multiple platforms because the way I have it set up on the other end is stuff is going to different factories, right? I got 2 different factories that are going to take limestone. I got the concrete and then I got the silica factory. So I can't just dump everything into the first couple of platforms and call it good because I didn't set it up that way on the other side. I didn't set it up to balance. I did a 1-for-1, which is probably going to end up biting me in the ass. So what I need to do is I need to fill it the same way as it's coming out. So I think I'm happy with the 2 trains. I think we're going to have to fully overclock all these miners. Okay. Now the question is, if I'm doing $14,850. Actually, I need to do this. So that's 780 lines. 2, 4, 6, 8. Am I gonna have to load balance this? I'm probably gonna have to load balance this, right? I'm probably gonna have to bring all the lines in. I'm gonna run out of space over here. I'm gonna completely run out of space because I think I'm gonna have to load balance, right? I'm gonna have to bring in 780 lines. So combine all the limestone into 7 lines. And do a 7 to, it's essentially gonna have to be a 7 to 5 balancer, and those 5 get split up into 2. No, a 7 to 6 balancer. Because I got this one oddball guy over here. Unless I just bring him his own. What's 5,400? It's 270. It's 5,130. Okay, so that's 6.5 780 lines. Which call it 7. So it's a 7-to-5 balancer. Dun, 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 dun. Which I've never built before. But I'm sure we could figure it out. Because that's what we're going to need. We're going to need to go from 7 to 5. And I'm scrapping the trucks. Like, it's just not going to happen. This is all just going to be straight belts. I think I got a little ambitious with the... Let's overclock this sucker now. Didn't think my what's it called was running. All right, let's go ahead and just do all of these little miners, get them out of the way while we contemplate my inadequacies. What are you doing? There we go. That's what I wanted. Does that look good? Looks good to me. Oh, come on, thank you. Chainsaw. We don't want area mode. What? I'm out of biofuel? No way. Solid biofuel. Give me some of that. What am I looking for? Architecture. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I built this like a long time ago, like originally when I first started this build, right after I got blueprints. It's pretty nice. I like it. Alright, let's beef you up. Oh, Oh, did I not mute turkey? Didn't line you up properly, did I? Oh, no, I did. Okay. Can't recall. Oh, let's hook up the power in here real quick. Can't recall if I ran the belts inside this one. Did not. It's 300 per minute, so that's Mark 4. Ooh, let me change my sign since I overclock these. Helps to put the space in there. Let's check the belt on this one. Did, but it's probably a Mark 5. It is. $600. Okay, where's our next? No, we've got 2 over here, but I thought there was 1. Okay, there's 1 right here. Need some portable miners. Alright, let's build these up a little bit. Check some work emails while that's going. Trying to multitask here a little bit. Let's get up to, these are 3 apiece, so let's get to 21. Okay. Let's go ahead and get you maxed out. Find our little temporary, I think I put it in undefined. Should have a minor, yeah, minor housing. Just grab it. Thank you. Right there is probably close enough. Could I do a half tick? Could do a half tick. Does that give us a little bit more room? I think we can make that work. All right, this is 300. So it's gonna be a Mark 4. That may be a little tight. It's tight. We should have done that half tick, shouldn't we have? I can get rid of you. Actually, let's not do that. Keep our little theme going here. Okay, we should have one right. So let's put the perfect. All right, Bean. Skadoodle bood. Come on. Come on, bro. You're still in the way. Who's in the way? I think anything should have been in the way. Same height. Is the same height. Perfect. That's as far as we can go. Alright, this is gonna be a Mark 5 all day long. Fits perfectly. Rinse and repeat. Can't see in there. Oh, I can see in there. Don't want that. Autosave. Foundations. 2. Yeah, 2 should work. Go away, bush. Okay, that's those 2 down. Oh, let's this one's 600. Yeah, I know we've got more limestone over here. Okay, one over here. Go do this one over here. I mean, this is gonna get... I'm gonna have to plan ahead for all these other nodes and where the belts are gonna run. So, I need to keep that in mind. Okay, what direction do we want you running? Probably out this way. Actually go pretty quick once you get going. Okay, this is 300. Okay, next. I think we got the one that's like directly underneath the platform, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit one of these guys in. Let's work on this one. Where's it at? Oh, there's some coal. And then I'm gonna take me a quick little break. Will you fit? Just out of curiosity. Actually will. Nice. Okay, okay, okay. Go up a tick. Right there. And connect you there, and then you're 300, right? So we're Mark 4 all day long. All right, Orbital, appreciate it. And hey, I still haven't forgot. It's still in my to-do list. See it right there? I need to go find that unmanned power pump. We may have to schedule a very specific stream that you know you're going to be here so we can go tackle that. I'm leaving it just for you. Not going to do it today, but have a good day otherwise, and we'll see you next time. All right. 300. Perfect. Okay, where's our next limestone? Right here. All right, we'll do this one. We'll see you later. We'll do this one and then I'll take a break. How's that sound? Since it's right here. Boom, boom, boom. Too far. Right there. Okay, what are you? You are 300 also. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We're about there. I don't think we've got many more. All right, I'm gonna take a break real quick and give me about 5-10 minutes and we'll be back. right, I'm back. Okay, let's go find the rest of this. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna open up the interactive map. Okay, so we got those, we got those. One, two, three, four. We've actually got more over here than I thought. Hold on. We need to recount. Limestone, limestone, limestone. There's 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's more than I had accounted for. We may have to rethink our math here. Hang tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 normals. And how many impures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's a pure. How did I miss this guy? Hold on, I'm adjusting my spreadsheet. So the pure 240, 480, 720. Oh wait, 480, 720. The maximum we can do. Oh, there's one of them. We can only get a 720 out of it. Bum, 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 bum. No, that's not right. Okay, that changes the numbers drastically. So according to this, there's 4 normals this way. Let's get this Caterium. And there's supposedly something over here. Yep, right here. Okay, let's throw one on here. Where am I going? Foundations. Right about there. That works. What are you? You're 600. So we need a mark 5, right? Oh. Okay, that worked. Okay, then we should have 3 down in this crater that I know about. Yep. And I'm out of portable miners already. Should have done more. Not gonna have much room here. You're 600. You're 600. Okay, let's do this guy over here. I may need some more supercomputers. Actually, I know I'm going to need more supercomputers at this rate. Come on. Oh, I didn't put them in there. That would help, wouldn't it? Okay. All right, where's my next one? Okay, that's copper. It's going to be over this way. So there should be one normal and one pure out this way. Here's my normal. We're going to leave that tree. Okay, and then there should be a pure somewhere over here. Here? Aha! Eureka. Um, I wonder if I should just make that a 780. It's tempting. I'm gonna leave it at 720 for right now. What's up, Surplus? This little building? Yeah, I like it. I built this thing a long time ago. Finally getting to put it to use. So now I've officially grabbed, I've got miners down on all the limestone nodes in the grassy fields. So it's time to go back to the original problem, which, Surplus, you weren't here earlier. I'm having massive math train problems. Yeah, so here's what I got. So I timed out how long it took this train to get from here to the drop-off point. It's 5.5 minutes. Okay. Now each one of these is going to hold 4,800 limestone, right? And I needed them to constantly have material. So and I've got 780 belts coming out of them, 2 of them. So if you divide by 1560, that's 3 minutes. So each one of these platforms will expunge themselves of their materials in 3 minutes. Well, I've got 5.5 minutes from train station to train station, so I added another train on, right? So that puts me down to 2.75, 2 3/4 minutes, right? 2 minutes 45 seconds, however you want to cut it. So that gets me down to a train showing up before they can empty themselves out, which is, I don't mind that being a problem, right? Like I always said, if it backs up on the supply side, fine, perfectly okay with that. I don't really care that because ultimately all they're going to do is back up to the miners. In the train you can toggle. True. In the train itself. Oh, on the train. Okay, well that adds another wrinkle to it. So thanks for reminding me of that. Okay, so here's my thinking, and this may be completely wrong. All right, so I got 5 stations, All 5 of these on the output side have 780 belts coming out of them. 2 780 belts, right? So 1560 per minute. This last one has got a Mark III coming out of it because I only need like 240, so call it 270. So if I want full containers, every 3 minutes, that's going to be 4,800 times 5 plus, figured it to be 810. It's a Mark III built at 3 minutes. It's 24,810 limestone over 3 minutes, right? Divided by 3 minutes, or actually 2.75, because that's how frequently the trains are coming. So that means I need to have 9,000. I've thought about that, but finagling sinks in over there is a chore. Like I want that to be my last resort. But I do agree with you. That is a solution, 100%. And what we may end up doing, we very may well end up doing that. So if this math is right, if I've got five containers or 5 platforms that I want to fill completely, plus a 6th one that's only putting a Mark III in over 2 minutes 45 seconds, I need 9,021 limestone per minute coming over here. The problem is the maximum I can get is 6,720. So I'm 3,000 short. From this station. Now granted, I may have to go elsewhere to get more limestone, but I was thinking I could get it all from here. Right? So if I've got 6,720 per minute that I can get out of all these nodes over 2 minutes and 75 seconds, or 2 minutes and 45 seconds, so 2.75, that's 18,480. But listen here, I'm doing 2 trains, right? Okay, so call it 3 minutes. So what was my other math then? If we want to call it 3 minutes, 4,800 times 5 plus 810. So that's 8270. So I'm still a little short, but um 5720 times 3. They technically don't need to be full. No, what the hell am I doing? All right, you see my problem here? I'm trying to figure this out without going the sync route like you were saying, which I may just have to end up doing. Just run all these over here, put them in. I don't have any uphill down. Well, I do. They're minimal, right? They're these off ramps, on and off ramps. I guess let's work forwards, right? So if I say I can get 6720 per minute, and I've got a train coming every 3 minutes, that means I can put 20,160 into these platforms. Okay. Problem is, they're exiting at 1560 times 2 times 5 minus 810. So does that say I have excess? The way I do it is measure how long it takes the station to fill up, and I add the amount of trains required so that they never fully fill up. Uh-huh. Gotcha. So if we do that, let's do that math. I got 4,800 times 5 plus 810. So I need 24,810. Okay. And then I've got 6720 per minute coming in. So that's 3.69 minutes. Right? 3.69 minutes for these to fill up completely. Which I've got 2 trains. So you're saying I should be fine. Because I also have I've got the container buffers on the other side. So my thought was, you know, don't turn the tower on, leave it off so that the material doesn't go into the machines and start running, right? Let it back up. You know, let two, 3 trains run, let everything back up, turn it on, and then I've automatically got a 3-minute buffer built in. Because it'll take 3 minutes for that container to empty. Right? But well, maybe not because aren't containers, there's 30, oh no, they're 48 slots also. Okay. I thought they were 32 for some reason. These are 48, right? 8 times 6, yeah. So 2 trains, let the containers fill up before you turn it on, and we're golden, right? So technically I can get all the limestone I need for my entire factory from this one station. So Surplus, if you give me the thumbs up on this, you're the one to blame if we go wrong. You suppose. That's about how confident I am. Okay, so then if we're let's make that assumption that that's going to work, and I've got 2 trains running, right? I've got 2 trains, right? Yeah, quartz 1 and quartz 2. Quartz 2, quartz 1. Well, see, they're already shit, they're already catching up with each other. They should not be that far apart. So what do we do in that instance? You don't take any responsibility? Well, I can still blame you, right? Man, I'm kicking myself for not ever having explored trains before I did this playthrough, but might as well learn it at some point, right? Set one of them up to leave when full. Yeah, but the problem with that's going to be is the other one's going to be right on its tail, right? And then we're going to get in a log jam. You know, I don't have a big enough siding. I need to add a siding in if I'm going to do that, right? Right? Because if he's sitting in here, because here's the second one's coming right now. I mean, he'll wait there. Which one are you? Yeah, I mean, this is like he's literally pulling in as the other one's leaving. There's the other one. And I set these things up. I started the second one when the first one was leaving the other station, so they've naturally closed their own gap. So if we said leave him here till he's full, he could potentially sit here. Well, I could set them both up to leave when they're full, because we already know that it's going to take 3.69 minutes to fill everything, right? Well, no, that's not going to work because this last one I don't want full. I don't need this last one full. So that's going to throw a wrench in it too. How much excess per minute is there that the second train carries? Could put an extra station that collects the overflow from the others. True. True. Yeah, this could be a problem. Yeah, like he's just pulling up right behind him. So now this is going to take, well, half the trip is 3 minutes. So these would be full. It's going to be full by the time he gets there anyway. True, it won't block that long. I'm wondering if I could build in... I didn't give myself much room here, did I? You know, I was thinking maybe we add on over here and you do a little loop around. But I don't know if I can do that. You know, I could bring this guy here and run him a little bit tighter to the side here. Come out, have a few little, right? Actually, it would have to come down this way, and then it loops back on itself maybe twice, and then we could enter in the stations from this direction. But then you would have some unnecessary queuing. Well, either way, you're gonna have unnecessary queuing. That would just lengthen the queuing. Because if you did that, then say you get two of these guys stacked up, and then this iron train wants to come in, and he's got to go through this rigmarole over here. He's going to be stuck behind one or two trains and can't pop in. Whereas if we're just blocking right here, not the end of the world. I think we're just going to leave this alone. We're going to leave it alone. Okay. So, next problem. We got too many problems. So I nixed surplus. I nixed the trucks. I did want to have trucks bringing everything in the grassy field in. That would be pandemonium, right? There's no way I could do that. And that would just be inconsistent flows. So I'm going to belt everything. Right, so I kind of need to plan out some kind of belt paths that I can run everything on is part of the problem. But the next problem is, yeah, exactly. The next problem is now I'm bringing in 6720, 8.5 belts of limestone. Okay, I've got to get 8.5 belts of limestone into 11 belts. So it's like a 9 to 11 splitter. Right? Like, you know, if I had 10 780 lines coming in, it'd be perfect, because then I would just feed one. I'd feed 2 into each one of these and we'd call it a day, right? I was thinking about manifold, but then again, I have a sneaky suspicion that would, because it's only going to overflow once these fill up, right? So you're gonna unless you do a true manifold, not an overflow manifold, right? But in that case, I'd almost need the 1200 belts, the Mark 6 belts, to make sure I had enough flow there, because it's going to be restricted, right? Because at that point, I'm only going to be bringing in, yeah, I mean, I've got 9. I mean, maybe you do 1-to-1, right? So the first 4. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do some sort of load balancing. You know what, like a 9 to 11 load balance. But I don't, because the only other option would be is bring in, you know, you put you a smart splitter. That's set to overflow. You bring a 780 line right in. Right? Do that number. You'll at least have 4 of these, right? You could fill 4 of these up because you've got 8 full lines. And then you've got 0.6 of a line. So what's 0.61? $480, basically just a Mark 4 belt. It's the only thing feeding this. And I guess what you could do is have these overflow, so when these fill up, it just collects all of these and dumps it into this one. But well, I've already got it set up for 6 stations over here. Like, oh, this is all done, so I can't. The easiest solution is figuring out on this end. Redoing everything on that end is just not going to work. So I think I need to come up with a way to split 8.6 belts into 11 belts. And it actually doesn't need to be 11 belts. This is a Mark III. So technically it would be 6720 minus 270 is 6450. So it's like an 8 to 10 splitter or load balance, which I don't even know if that's a thing. I mean, I'm sure it could be done. I just don't know how to do it. It's something we need to figure out. And then where do you put that? You're going to put it underneath here, right? One input for each station, then split the last 3 inputs into 2 each. Possibly. So then you're taking 5 out. So it leaves you 3 and a little bit. And then you could do a 3 to 5 splitter. That'd be way easier. Yes, because this one only needs 1, because I've only got one belt. I've only got one 270 belt coming out of it at the other train station. I mean, I could simply do, if it's 9 to 6, you could do a No, I don't have 9 input belts. I've got 11 input belts. Because I've got 6 stations. Oh, you're talking about the ones coming from. Yes, I've got nine belts coming from the different miners. Correct. I mean, you could almost split. What if you split each belt 3 ways? And then combine them. Hold on. What's 780 divided by 3? It's 260. It would have too much. But I can restrict it with the Mark III belt, right? And overflow it back and merge it back in. Seems convoluted, but if I split each belt into 3, that's 260. You know what I need to do? I need to adjust my limestone input to take 270 out of it, or add to where once I take 270 out of it, it's a multiple of 780, right? So if I want 8 lines of 780 plus 270, I need 6510. So I basically just need to reduce what I'm putting in, and then I can do the math much easier. All right, let me get over to my spreadsheet. 6510 is what we need. Which is basically 210. So I need to subtract. I mean, it could easily just be this one. Like this is a 300. I need to take 210. I mean, I just make this a 90 and call it a day. Okay, so then that gives me 8 solid full belts going into 5 platforms. Then I take this last one, getting too much material, completely out, right? It gets fed by its own. So then if you have 8, now that makes it more difficult, doesn't it? Now I'm taking 8 belts into 10. So it's an 8 to 10 splitter, which that should be easier in theory, right? One, two. Oh no. Well, that's a problem. Hold on. Let me check something. It's still showing as active on my side. Yeah, I mean the stream manager is live. Maybe something on your side. But I'm showing it good here. Okay, it's just a little pause. Pause in the action. All right, so now if we're doing 8 belts, trying to get it into 5. I got a frog in my throat. Getting it into 5 stations. So now we're talking an 8 to 5 load balance. Or 8 to 10 if you want to consider it. Did it really? Yeah, I mean it's showing like it's good to go. So it's either 8 to 10 or 8 to 5, because then you could take the 5 and just split them, right? But you're going to have to do 8 to 10, because if you have 8, going 8 to 5, I don't have enough capacity. Because you got to go bigger, right? Because I don't have higher than 780 belts. What color is a mirror black foundation? So it's a coated concrete. Which one is it? Yeah, coated concrete. And then here's my custom swatch. It's straight zeros. And then I did adjust these guys up here Like if you go negative with the black and the the middle one and this bottom one, it makes it even darker. So the black is all zeros, and then -10, and then the white is just all F's, just the standard white. So it looks good on the reflections. You can't see your flashlight. So that's the one drawback to it. Like if you're underneath somewhere and you're trying to figure out where you're looking on these things with the flashlight, doesn't work. But it looks badass from the top for sure. Do I have a miner that makes exactly? I mean, I can make one, right? I only need 270. Like this is a 300. I can get 300 out of this one, so I can make this a 270. That's not a problem. Just feed that sucker right in there. That's still gonna leave me with 8 belts to try to feed into 10 different holes. No, that would definitely make it easier. Yes, 100%. So I think we've solved that problem. So the issue now is taking 8 belts into 10 holes. And what would that look like? I don't think I've ever done an 8 to 10 split, right? Because you'd have to do, let's just play around with it. Could do that. I need to do visual here. How many is that? 3, 6, 2 more. No, stop it. No, it doesn't matter. Just go to here. Okay, so that's 8. So you're saying run these 5 straight in, and then split these 3 into 5. Basically, I'm going to have to do the priority merger stuff, right? Split and merge, split, merge, split, merge. Yeah, I mean, I did that crazy split decompressor compressor for the iron factory, but I was going for specific numbers, so that's a little bit easier than just breaking it apart. Like with specific numbers, like I can pull a Mark II off and add it to a Mark III, and that's, you know, that's kind of where you end up. All right, we said it was 6510. Oops. $62.40, is that what we had it at? Yep, 6240. Split it into 6. And send the extra belt back into the input. Could do that. Could do that. Basically do... It's rudimentary, right? So you do this 3 times. But... yeah, it'll end up back. You won't get all the materials because you'll have to merge it back into the line that's already running at 780. I'm not sure that'll work. Yeah, it's already full. Goodness. Alright, how about this? I need a brain rest. Let me take 5 minutes. Think on this, and then I'll be back. So, hang out for a few minutes, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. You need to go sleep soon. That's fine. I think I thought of something. Hear me out on this. We need to go into fifths, right? Because I got 5 platforms. Let's build us a little work area. Build us a little work area here. So we need to go into fifths. So how do we go into fifths? Start with a splitter. Okay. We split that into 2. To 2 mergers. Okay. Let me keep track of this. A. I want it white. C. B. B. Thank you. Okay. Okay, we're gonna feed the output of one of these mergers into a splitter. Call this D. Maybe be completely crazy. This is splitter, right? Okay, this goes into thirds. One of these thirds is going to go into another splitter. Which splits it into half. Call this E. Okay, the 2 halves coming out of E. What are they gonna do? They go back into here. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, one of the thirds from D goes into... We need to move these so we can see them. Now you come over here. So this should be 4/5 of the original input. And this should be 1/5. I think I'm completely insane. Let's test it. If this works, I'll be truly amazed. So if we put 780 in, what's 624 and 156? This is gonna be too big for this, isn't it? We get the gist though. Okay, so if this is right, I'm gonna throw 780 in here. And I should be getting 624 on this line and 156 on this line. All right, we gotta let it maturate here a little bit. I mean, we're getting close. And it's at 780. No way. Unbelievable. It actually works. So now that I broke it into fifths, what do I do? Okay, step one. What's step two? No, this is fifths. Because I have 5 stations to build, so I decided I am using a normal splitter. So what I did was I broke it up into fifths. So that top line is 4/5 of the original line, and this bottom one is a fifth. So what I need to do now is we got 8 lines coming in. Oh, I'm gonna have too much. I'm gonna have too much. This is not gonna work because I would have to combine all 8 of the 1/5. All right, we'll see you later, surplus. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, well, I've successfully split it. Oh, no, I don't have to. Hold on. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. So I'm gonna have 8 of these lines coming in. What do I do with these? I'm missing a step here. I'm missing a step. I had this in my brain, and now it's gone. This would work if I had higher belts, and I don't. This may be completely useless. I think this has some merit to it, but I don't know if it's our ultimate solution. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what this gains us. You know, if I wasn't starting out at maxed out belts, we would be okay. But since I am starting out with maxed out belts, this is not going to work. Okay. So good effort. Bad result. I mean, do you double this up? Can't. Stop hitting your mouse. Stop hitting your mouse. So what do we do now? This may realistically be a problem for another day. What if we just did a straight overflow manifold? That may be just our solution, is to do just an overflow manifold. Because I've got 8 lines coming in. That's 4 full platforms, right? Once those are full, Once those are full, they just feed into the last one. Right? This is what I'm thinking. Probably should do this all underneath, yeah. Which one's coming in? This one. The bean. Maybe a pipe dream, trying to think I'm gonna fit all this stuff up underneath here. See, if I do this though, if I do this, the last one's never gonna get filled. Yeah, I just don't think this is gonna work. Because in the 3 minutes it takes to fill these, I'll already have had a basically this guy's gonna stay unfilled. And that's a problem. Ooh. Ooh. What if we did? Hold on. $195. What if we split off $195 from each line first? That would solve the problem. Because if I've got and it doesn't even need to be 195, I could do Mark 3s and set them as overflows. What I could do is actually turkey. What are you doing? Oh, that's what you're doing. Put all these on backwards. Ding dong. There we go. There we go. No, 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 no. Overflow any. Okay. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? So I'm not really concerned about rates. I'm concerned about them getting filled up and stopping at the same. Well, no, maybe I am concerned about rates. This one will always hit 780. These will probably be less. Correct? Alright, let's just do this. I don't have enough material for all this. Son of a... it would help if I had enough material to actually make this stuff work. You know what we should probably do also? Just make these the large industrials. So I only have to fill them once. I mean, this is gonna back up, so 270 plus 270 plus 270. Yeah, I mean, by the time you get here, this is all gonna... It'll start backing itself up. So like this one, oops, this one and this one pretty much always be running at 780 once these are all going. These will lack a little bit. Alright, let's see if we've got enough to do this. Don't. Crying out loud. I need way more material. Quick wire. I think I got a lot of sinks on the quick wire. No, not as many as I thought I did. We need 19,000 material. Don't think I've got that. Alright, we're gonna see if this works and then we're gonna call it a day. Maybe another 15 minutes or so. Alright, let's see how this does. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Just give it everything, right? Just everything. All you can possibly give it. Okay, so we're definitely backing up like I thought we would. So if my math is right, This one will be at 780. This one will be at 780. Maybe this one will be at 780, but these two will probably be less. What if I... Ooh. What if we did 780? Okay, minus 270. Minus 270. It's 240. We made these Mark IIs. Actually, no. Make these Mark IIs. Make these Mark IIIs. Right? 120 plus 120 plus 270 plus 270. 780. So it's exactly 780. No, because then, see, that's gonna... It's almost like you need to do Mark 5s and just suck it up. 660. 660. 510. All over the place. 510. See, that's not good either. I think we do this. No. There's got to be a combination that this works. No, I think it needs to be Mark IIIs. All right, well, we're going to let this maturate a little bit, and I'm going to call it a day. So I appreciate everybody hanging out, and we'll catch you on the next one. We'll see you later.